Hi everyone, so you join us today with a lovely wet day here at our training facility here at Henley, and we've got Matt who's just starting his training with us. So we're doing reversing training today with him on starting on his training course. So we'll show you some videos about his 3A preparation, and we'll also talk about the 3A test as well and give you a little bit of advice and tips if you are going through your HGV or maybe your PCV training at the moment. A few tips for you on the 3A test. So I hope you enjoy the watch. If you do have any questions, drop me a message below and I'll try and get back to you. So we're just going to talk about the reversing area. So we've got two cones located here. These are known as the A cone. If we come on down the actual area itself, okay, the distance we've got between this cone and the cone marked as B on its own just down here is twice the length of the vehicle. And then if we just quickly look over to the right, we've now got the two C cones, which is your garage area. And the distance between the B cone here and the C cones here is half the length of the vehicle. The vehicle then has to get into this garage area, that it's known as. We've got the barrier at the back of the vehicle. And then if you have a quick look, you can see now you've got the hatched area where it's up on here. Now the examiner will have a chart. And if you have a quick look, we've got the lines up and in the middle. And these are our meter lines, and if you have a quick look, you can see here we've got 3 and 6 just marked up there, and that's where we measure the vehicle to check it on out. During the exercise, okay, none of the cones can be displaced. And if you see, we've got the yellow line just here on the left, and if I scan over to the right, we've got the perimeter line just here on the right hand side. Now the body of the vehicle can cross that outer line, but not the wheels. So it's really helpful to keep your good coordination and keeping your speed nice and slow. Now on the day of your test, the examiner will stand to the A cone here on the left, which is known as the A cone on the left, and he'll call or they or she or he will call you on up towards the exercise. So we've just got Matt here now, so I'm going to stand here in front of the cone, trying to juggle my brolly at the same time, and we're just going to get him to come on up now. So I'm just calling Matt to come forward, and what we're looking for now is Matt to check both mirrors, check his blind spots, and he's going to come up. Now what some examiners do at this point now is they will now come over towards your left hand side. As you can see here now, we're standing now just opposite the two A cones. There comes Matt into view now, and he's just going to just line himself up. Now what you need to do here is not drive past the two A cones. So there he is, he's on the money, and he's put the handbrake on. And now what the examiner will come on round now is and generally look. Okay Matt, happy your position? Okay, carry on when you're ready. So we're just going to watch Matt have a go now. We're not too sure how this is going to go, but let's have a look. So he's checking all the way around him, he's got the vehicle reversed, he's releasing off the handbrake, and now he's using both of his mirrors, controlling the speed on the brake beautifully. And what the examiner is doing now, we'll stand from a distance and he or she will look and see what's going on. Now at the moment we can start to see now that the B cone is starting to appear on the right hand side of the vehicle. He's putting on a little bit more lock now to get the inner C cone available. So he's got the B cone and the C cone now visible on his right hand side. If we ever come over just to the left now, you'll see that the other cone is just located there on this left hand side. So what he's doing now is just using both mirrors now just to guide the vehicle into the reversing area. Now at this point, if you're on your test, during this point in the exercise, you are allowed to actually move the vehicle forward twice. So if you are making a mistake or you think it's going to go wrong, take the shunts, use a manoeuvre to help you to get yourself out of trouble. He's now using the mirrors now to guide the vehicle in. We've also got a reversing camera, but you can see at the moment he's not really using it too much. He's using his mirrors to get it into where it needs to be, and then towards the end of the manoeuvre you'll see him start using that camera aid to get himself lined up. So he's gradually coming into the box now, brought it to a stop, checking his camera. Now I'm going to put the handbrake on shortly. There it is. Okay, puts the vehicle into neutral, and this is now, once you're in the garage area, you are now allowed to get out on one occasion to have a quick look. So we'll have a quick look, see where he's lined up now. And as you can see, the back of the vehicle is in the hatched area, and he's not displaced or moved the barrier either. So there's a little bit of a guide on a 3A, okay, with Matt, and we'll try and get some videos with him inside as well, doing a manoeuvre from inside. So we've just seen how Matt's just done it now with having 2 cones in the one mirror and the far C cone kept in the left mirror. There is another way that you can actually do this reverse as well. So he's just going to bring it on up, and what we're going to get Matt to do now is actually to put all 3 cones into his right mirror. So it's just coming up now just to line it on up. So we'll just get it aligned. And one thing to point out at this point now is the examiner will stand in front of the A cone, which is just there, and they must be able to see the B cone on the left hand side. So just something we just missed out on the last one. So we're going to come around to Matt. Happy position, Matt? Okay, so just put them all in that right hand mirror now, the cones with the poles in, so we can just see it this other way. When you're ready, off you go. And it's also as well is when you're coming up, if you have a quick look here, how close he is to the cone on the left. And this gives you the space then to be able to put the lock on. Again, he's doing all his controls all nice and slowly. Okay, and he's bringing it on round. Okay, a little bit more left, Matt. Let's get them all in them poles in that right mirror. Bit more, that's it. A little bit more. There we go, so we're not crossing over now. What we want to be looking now is we have him just that point, so you can clearly see that all the poles are all in that spot now. And now he's going to reverse the vehicle now into the bay. Now with this way, it requires you putting a lot more lock on to bring it on round. So if we get him now to start putting your lock on now, Matt, that's it. Now he's going to have to put a lot of steering lock on to now get that cone back in on the left hand side. Still the same observations, still the same type of speed. It's just a different way of method of doing it. And what I normally say to people is that with the reversing exercise, try and do it the way that you feel most comfortable with. So you can either do it the way that Matt's just done it now, or the way that he's just done it beforehand. But as you can see, it's still exactly the same manoeuvre, and nothing will change. And one thing just to also point out as well is with the B cone as well. And what the examiner is looking for when you come up towards this part of the vehicle, part of this cone here with the vehicle, is that you need to make sure that you've checked your left mirror before the back end of the vehicle has gone past this cone here. If you haven't checked your mirror off, it is a fail. Alright, so that's just one thing to point out. Again, he's parked it up. Let's have a quick look, make sure he's still in the box. He's securing the vehicle, so I've heard the handbrake pop on. And come round the back. There we are, nice and close. Now talking about the barrier, we actually look at the barrier feet here. If you touch the barrier and the barrier feet raise on up, you are allowed to move the vehicle forward so the barrier doesn't fall over, and that is quite fine. If you touch the barrier, provided it doesn't fall over, it's not a fail. The vehicle can't be touching that barrier at the back. So there we have it on the 3A exercise in lovely wet Henley today. And if you do have any questions regarding on-road training, and as I said at the start, just drop me a message below and I'll try and get back to you. Thanks for watching.